Hello, cloud gurus. One of the coolest things that Kubernetes does, in my opinion, is give you this ability to update your applications in real time with no downtime. In this lesson, I'm going to walk you through the process of updating your Kubernetes applications. But before we do, let's talk about rolling updates in Kubernetes. Now, this comes about because your end users expect applications to always be up. They get this expectation from things like Gmail and Facebook, which always seem to be up. Well, guess what? Those web based applications most likely run Kubernetes. I know that Gmail does. At the same time, your developers want to continuously deploy incremental application updates. And the great thing about Kubernetes is that you can use deployments to meet these challenges because that's exactly what Kubernetes rolling updates do. They allow you to incrementally update your pods with no downtime. This is commonly done with Kubernetes deployments, but it also works with daemon sets and stateful sets. And you use the rollout command. So let's talk about the exact command line sequence. Let's first take a look at what deployments we have running. And you can see here, we do have the WordPress deployment still running. And right now, that's just a single WordPress pod. But what if we were to use kubectl, scale, deployment, WordPress, and let's do replicas equals 5. And we'll do kubectl get deployments again. And you can see WordPress says that 5 out of 5 of the WordPress pods are updated and available. So there are 5 WordPress pods running. If we clear the screen, let's now pretend that we wanted to roll out a new version of WordPress. Maybe there's a new version out and we want to deploy that version across the 5 pods running in our Kubernetes environment. So we'll do kubectl set image deploy /WordPress, and the WordPress image will now be WordPress 5, let's say. So we reconfigured our deployment, and right now you can see there are 0 of 5 WordPress pods running, and right now it says container creating pending, and then you see the very first pod there that says error image pull, and now they're all changing to error image pull, and then image pull back off, image pull back off, and there's obviously a problem here. So let's do a kubectl describe, and let's describe one of these pods that has the image pull back off status. We have to put pod in here, kubectl describe pod, and the name of the pod. And then take a look at this. Failed to pull image WP5, pull access denied, or repository does not exist, may require Docker login. Basically here, it cannot find the image name, and that's because I'll tell you, there is no image called WP5. I just made it up, but it could be very common that someone mistypes the name of an image, or they simply don't have access to that image. So what do? We have 5 WordPress servers here that currently aren't running, and they're in an error state, but this could be 500 WordPress servers, and that would be a very bad day for our customers. So how do we fix this very quickly? Well, you do a kubectl rollout undo and deploy WordPress, and very quickly you'll see that our pods are rolling back to the previous image, the containers are being created, and those pods are up and running again, just that quickly, using the rollout undo command. Now we also have some other commands that can help us when it comes to rollout, like kubectl rollout history for our deployments. And here you can kind of track the history of the different rollouts that have happened. You can roll out to specific revisions if you wanted to do that. And that way you can roll out to certain points in time. Another command that's helpful to us when it comes to rollouts is rollout status. And rollout status requires that you specify a resource, for example, a deployment like WordPress in this case, and it tells us that the deployment WordPress was successfully rolled out, or in this case, it was successfully rolled back, right? So what if we tried that again? Let's just do an up arrow here to make this faster, and let's roll out again with a bad image. Again, this WP5 image, we're going to roll out Let's clear our screen and let's do this rollout status. And we can use this to check the status of the rollout to see how things are going. Well, we've already tried this once and we know that the rollout was actually unsuccessful. It failed, right? Because it couldn't pull that image name. But if we were watching a rollout here with 50 or 500 images, this would be a great tool for us to track the progress of this rollout. Again, this rollout is not going to be successful, so we need to do a Control C here. And then let's up arrow and go back to rollout, undo, and we'll undo the rollout. Let's check the status here, and you can see that it's actually rolling back, and it tells us that that rollback was successful. If we show our pods again, we can see that all 5 WordPress pods are running. If we show our deployments or get deployments, you can see that 5 out of 5 WordPress pods are indeed running. They're up to date and they're all available. So what we can do is we can do a little bit of research, find the right image name that we need to do the upgrade to, and then reperform that rollout, track the status, and make sure that it is successful. So that's how easy it is to use Kubernetes to update your applications with the rollout functionality. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.